Following Paul D's banishment, we were left wondering who Nick was gonna blackmail. While I did think he would go for Ben, it seemed so obvious that I wondered if Nick would really go in that direction. Well, the obvious did happen. Nick did in fact blackmail Ben. It was no surprise to see Ben accept. For their first murder together, Ben and Nick discussed going for either Amy, Kelly or Owen. For their game, I believe those three were the best options to go for. We know how perceptive Owen has been, but that was with the original Traitors. When it comes to where future votes could go, the bigger threat could actually be from Amy and Kelly. This is due to the fact that if the two are still there, they could, along with Faye, have a block of 3 votes and could easily vote Ben and Nick out, if they're all in the final. Though I did think that if Amy and Kelly were both still in the game, they would vote for Vanessa next. Taking one of those votes away would help the Traitors in the endgame. If I was in their position, it would be a choice between Amy or Owen, as I think those two are more dangerous to the Traitors. With this being so close to the final, things like this need to be considered. Amy was the chosen faithful to be the latest victim, a choice that I wasn't surprised by. As they stated, Amy questions more and has more influence. It was the right decision to help Ben and Nick get closer to victory. In my video about the previous episode, I said that Paul D left them a clue, but I didn't think enough faithfuls would take notice. Well, 1 or 2 might have taken notice of Paul D, but not in what he actually wrote. This has somehow led Kelly to Vanessa instead of Nick, though she would have got there without taking Paul D's actions differently. I felt like Joanna has been playing a dangerous game. She has no alliances, but the way she's been going back and forth with the other players in the last couple of episodes was sure to come back and bite her. When Faye and Vanessa started talking one-on-one, I wondered how much they would divulge to each other about what Joanna had said. With every action so scrutinised, Joanna's plan to always tell everyone any conversation she has when their name is brought up looked to be backfiring. As we're not privy to every conversation that happens, I did wonder if Joanna told them the times she mentioned their names. I mean, she was the one going back and forth between the groups. Did she instigate them or just participate? Watching this, I just kept thinking Ben and Nick don't even have to lift a finger. They can just watch the women continue to go after each other. They're all pointing at each other and not even suspecting Ben and Nick. Both seem to have the trust of everyone. I don't know where Wilkin stands because sometimes we don't even know where Wilkin is. The women outnumbering the men looks to be working in Ben and Nick's favour. This mission was interesting in a couple of ways, with everyone first needing to say why they are trustworthy before secretly snuffing the flame of the player they trust the least. Oyen didn't do a very good job pleading her case as to why the others should trust her. Being put on the spot seemed to flummox her. It made me think Oyen wouldn't do well if accused at the round table. Joanna was deemed to be the least trustworthy, with all 3 of her torches snuffed out. If she had more, they'll probably be out too. She correctly guessed 2 of the players that had done so. Not only did her correct answers contribute money to the prize pot, but she was given a reward for not being trusted. Joanna was given the choice of the shield or the dagger. She then had to pick the player who would get the item she didn't choose. Joanna gave the shield to Kelly and kept the dagger for herself, which meant Joanna had 2 votes at the round table. As the tide was turning against Joanna, I wondered how useful could it actually be for her. In general, your brain can be your enemy, muddling up conversations you had or words that were said. That's part of the reason why I said Joanna was playing a dangerous game. Being a floater or trying to play both sides doesn't work out well for the party involved. You could be right with what you say, but if it's not corroborated by someone else, then it makes you look suspicious. My thinking was that whoever was going to survive between Joanna and Vanessa would be the next one to be banished. Ben and Nick could have just got out some popcorn and watch it all play out. Things didn't look good for Joanna as all of the table were against her. Joanna's 2 votes counted for nothing as everyone voted for her. We only got a slice of what went down, so it must have been hard for Joanna to have the whole table doubting her, especially as the footage can back up some of what she had said.
Because my character was being attacked, I actually hope one of the guys will win it because you're mean girls and I'm a faithful.
Wait until Joanna finds out the two of the men she wants to win are traitors, or maybe that won't make any difference. This banishment seemed to affect the other faithfuls more than any other. I guess Joanna's last comments also cut through. Even though I thought Joanna would be banished at some point before this episode, I thought Vanessa would be the victim of a female-led banishment. It's highly unlikely Vanessa will make it to the final episode. The best bet is for Ben and Nick to murder Owen, as they can't go for Kelly. Faye and Kelly would vote for Wilkin and Vanessa, so they might as well keep them in the game just for that. It amazes me that no one has really asked themselves, why would the traitors keep Ben or Nick, let alone both of them, still in the game? If they ever see it, I think it will be too late. The way things are going, I can easily see both Ben and Nick winning. The biggest obstacle to prevent that happening isn't the faithfuls, but Ben and Nick themselves. Could one of them throw the other under the bus to win alone?